Hey, let me do a roundup of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Under the Cloak of War, uh, Great British Bake Off, Bread Week, and what else? And episodes 5 and 6 of The Bear, for season 1 of The Bear, which is really just me talking about The Bear in general. Sort of The Bear. The clock. The clock in the diner, restaurant, the Bear. Is it called the Bear? They called the beef. Makes an appearance in every episode. He's always looking at. Carmy is always looking at the clock because they're always on the clock. There's always this amount of time until opening, and there's everything going wrong all the time. And it's picking up the pieces after his brother has committed suicide, who we actually get to see in a flashback of this thing, played by the Punisher, Walking Dead guy, Burnside, Michael Burnside, who's got the just perfect amount of chaotic, dangerous energy in his performance to do that, and that he can be the center, the black hole, which everybody else revolves around. This drug addicted, vibrant, whirling dervish of a man. And we only see him here, just a really brief scene of him here, used really perfectly to kind of understand the lives of the people in this restaurant and this family. The Bear is just it's a stress dream. It's a stress nightmare just playing out before your eyes. Always on, always going, always. It's like, yeah. It's like, oh, really good. Great British Bake Off is the comfort food, the thing that you fall into, this reality show contest of home bakers, getting to know each other, becoming really good friends, and being comfy. And it's just always terrible when we have to send somebody home, and it's just like, yes, it is the polar opposite to the thing. Even though that they're struggling to get their deadlines, there's always the chopping block at the end of the thing. But it's comforting and warm and just cozy. And yes, it's Bread Week, and Paul Hollywood is judging you. He is judging you, but in the nicest, cuddliest silver fox kind of way. And finally, talking about Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Under the Cloak of War, where a war criminal who is now Klingon war criminal who is now an ambassador comes on the Enterprise, and Mbenga and Nurse Chapel are war veterans. They were medical people on this thing, and they witnessed all these people being butchered under this guy's command. He was apparently especially bad as a Klingon. And there's a lot of thing about him saying, "Oh, I've repented, I'm reformed," which is like kind of odd coming from a Klingon, because you think it's like, no, you're being a warrior and you're doing everything a warrior would do. And it never was particularly clear to me that he was anything other than being a Klingon, even though there might be a lot of stuff of honor and Klingonness and stuff like that. But I would think pretty ruthless prosecution of war against non-warriors, against non-Klingons, very kind of anything is fair against subhumans that aren't actually warriors, I would think, would be a Klingon ideology. And really played really well by, is it John Noble? It's John Noble? You've got that wrong. Black American actor who was on Barry most recently. having conversations with Barry and various characters in his garage as they were tied to a chair. He was just drilling into them. And he doesn't get to quite unleash all of that here. He's playing a more oily and shifty character, and you never really get to know him. Or there's a thing of like, it's interesting how uh, someone who's a complete monster can quite easily forgive themselves all their past sins, whereas somebody who's maybe not so morally just not there at all will be tormented by what they did. And indeed, Mbenga, it turns out, has actually done some of the things that that this war criminal is has been given kind of credit for in a sick kind of way, killing his own men. No, it's actually his Mbenga, and but he's tortured by it. And I do like at the end of it that he basically tells Pike to go fuck himself. And that's kind of new in a Star Trek, of just like, no, we disagree, and I'm fucking glad he's dead. And yeah, you're not gonna touch me over this. We are going to disagree over this. And it was like, not the homogeneity that you kind of sometimes you get from, we're all Starfleet, we all have the same ideals. It's like, no, we don't. We have different experiences. We have very different points of view on this, and we're not going to agree, buddy. Yeah, so I kind of enjoyed that. I wish that they didn't tie Nurse Chapel to this as well, because they've been trying to give her something else other than Spock, but it's like they kind of just tied her to Mbenga. So it was kind of, it's Mbenga, and then it's a bit of Spock, and then, oh, it's not going to work out between her and Spock. Big surprise. She seems like, feels like she's given short shrift, and I still haven't sort of forgiven them for trying to turn her into an action hero in the first episode of this season. And yeah, that didn't really seem to work well, neither for that particular actress or that Mbenga. It turns out the actor who plays him is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and can really move. And I don't get the sense that the actress who's like, you could get another actress who would have those kind of skills. Didn't get the sense that she did have those skills, but maybe I'm being unconsciously sexist there. There was just also the thing of like, we have these doctor and nurse characters, and you've made them action heroes. That's why them, kind of thing. So yeah, that's my little roundup on my viewing for this while, which I just enjoy doing. I enjoy exercising my brain and thinking about it and trying to figure out how to talk about stuff in an intelligent way. All right, off to bed now.